Am I the asshole for refusing to babysit my sister's kids when she had an important work dinner? I, 24F, am currently working full-time while taking night classes for my master's degree. My schedule is packed. My sister, 30F, has 2 kids, 4 and 6, and constantly asks me to babysit last minute. I've helped her out at least 15 times in the past 3 months alone. Sometimes with literally 2 hours notice. I've missed study groups, rescheduled meetings, and even called out sick once to help her. I love my niece and nephew, but OMG, it's getting ridiculous. Yesterday, she texted me at 4 p.m. asking if I could watch the kids from 6:11 p.m. because her regular sitter cancelled. I had a huge exam the next morning worth 40% of my grade that I needed to study for. I told her I couldn't this time and suggested she try the babysitting app I showed her before. She freaked out saying it was an important work thing and I was the only person she trusted. I stood my ground for once and said no. She ended up missing her work event. Now my whole family is blowing up my phone. Apparently this work thing was actually a dinner with her boss where they were discussing a promotion. My parents are saying I'm selfish and should have just studied earlier, as if grad school works that way lol. My sister is giving me the silent treatment and posted a vague Facebook status about people who don't value family. I've dropped everything for her kids so many times, but the one time I prioritize my education, I'm the villain? I feel bad about the promotion thing, but also feel like I'm becoming her default childcare without any consideration for my life. Am I the asshole for refusing to be her emergency babysitter this one time? Not the asshole. Presumably your sister knew about this dinner more than 2 hours before it started? Why didn't she plan ahead? She's gotten comfortable relying on you for last-minute babysitting, and it's a good thing you kept to your boundaries and said no, so she, hopefully, realizes that she can't take advantage of you anymore. I could be wrong, but from the way you told it seems like there's some favoritism towards your sister if everyone is so up in arms about her missing this one work dinner when you've sacrificed your own work and education time for her over and over. Edit. Thanks to those who pointed out her sitter cancelled, I missed that. I would seriously never babysit for her again. She's built up this entitlement with all her last-minute shenanigans, which you've complied with. Now it's time to change that dynamic entirely by not allowing it any longer. It's not as if you're getting credit for all the times you've moved your own plans around, you're just getting denigrated for saying no once. One damn time. So change it up. Make a statement about it beforehand, or not, but don't babysit for her again. She's lost her rights to your time by being a total asshole to you. Anyone who's giving you crap about it can babysit for her. Done. Not the asshole. A lack of planning on her part doesn't constitute an emergency on yours. Why is it always you who has to rearrange your schedule for her? Does she ever do the same for you? And why can't your parents babysit if it's so important? Not the asshole. Not the asshole. If your parents feel a certain way about it, they need to step up and start babysitting for your sister. You did not lay down and create those children, and you do not owe your sister free babysitting whenever she feels like it. Stop responding to her texts so quickly. Your career plans are just as important as hers. It just so happens that your career plans need this schooling. Text. Sis and family, I must move my career plans to the top of my priority list. I've invested so much of my time, effort and finances that it would be foolish of me to sacrifice now. During this next semester, I won't be available to babysit much at all, even with advance notice. I'm texting everyone now so that alternative childcare plans can be organized. Sis, I would look at that babysitting app I sent you months ago. Also, please note that I won't be monitoring my phone as frequently as I am entering a phase when I will have very little free time. If you don't hear from me, you'll know why. Wish me luck. Not the asshole. All those people blowing up your phone could have babysat. Your sister needs to have backup sitters besides you. Am I the asshole for not picking the restaurant my cousin wanted? I, 25 female, just recently received a great promotion at work and I'm really excited about it. Because of this I decided to invite some family out to dinner to celebrate. I chose a steakhouse, and when my cousin, Arya, 32 female, found out it was a steakhouse, called me to let me know that I had to pick a different restaurant. When I asked why, she explained it was because she was vegan, gluten-free, and also has a few allergies and couldn't trust that they wouldn't cross-contaminate her food. I explained to her that there were vegan and gluten-free options and we could let the restaurant know of her allergies so everything would be fine. She refused, saying it doesn't make a difference, and told me if I don't pick a different restaurant she wouldn't attend, and hung up. This has happened in the past as well. Whenever I want to go out to a restaurant, whether it's for an event or a birthday, she has an issue with it and has been doing this since I was younger. I remember when I turned 16 she told my parents that I had picked a restaurant she couldn't eat at. Because of this my parents let her pick where we went for my birthday, and she picked one of my least favorite restaurants and I had no fun. To be honest, I don't really care if she attends or not, so I texted her and let her know that I wouldn't be changing the restaurant. Because of this, she's been going absolutely feral and texting others to not attend because I'm being inconsiderate. I've been asked if maybe I can change the restaurant for her preferences, but I denied. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. It's your celebration. You get to decide where to hold the party. You shouldn't let one guest dictate where you can eat. There are options for people with dietary restrictions. Many restaurants do have vegan and gluten-free options these days. She can also ask about bringing her own food. You offered to contact the restaurant beforehand and see what they could do to accommodate her. That's all you had to do. If she doesn't feel this is enough, or she doesn't want to attend, she isn't obligated to be there. Given the way she's acting, I wouldn't invite her to future events. She's been going absolutely feral and texting others to not attend. I do not understand this dynamic. Very often ops mention family members are calling non-stop and making demands. I truly believe you, and others, should not give a flying F. Don't want to go? Then don't go. Not your problem and absolutely not everyone else in the family's problem. Not the asshole. Stop inviting her. The dinner is for you. Go where you want. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your cousin sounds like an absolute pill, and maybe jealous to not be the center of attention. Enjoy your dinner. I guarantee you won't miss her at all, nor anyone else who chooses not to attend in protest on her behalf. I had to double check the age. She's 32 pulling this tantrum BS? I cannot handle it. Not the asshole. Enjoy your dinner with those who join. Your parents are a-holes letting her choose for your birthday and giving in to her. Not the asshole. Don't you just love an everything is me kind of person? And telling people not to celebrate? She's a huge and I consider going NC. She will be a problem for you in the future. Imagine your wedding day. The people that are asking you to change the restaurant? I'd be wary of them too. Now a little light-hearted joke. How do you know someone is vegan? They will tell you. A lot. Am I the asshole for keeping my son away from my mom because she fed him custard? My wife, 30s, and I, also 30s, have a baby boy. Last year, we flew across the country with him to attend a family reunion and visit my parents. Things were going well until my wife caught my mom, 68, trying to feed our baby custard off a spoon. Against two of our clear rules. No sugar before 1 year old, and no spoon feeding. We're doing BLW. My wife and mom had discussed feeding boundaries at length for weeks, and our 6 Malio had just started solids. Since our son's birth, my mom has increasingly ignored boundaries. The first issue was her demanding photos at 9 a.m. despite our previous ask for no photo requests before 10 a.m. Her reasoning: rules don't apply to grandma. When caught with the custard, my wife immediately took our son and left the room upset without saying a word. I stayed behind and asked my mom why she didn't ask first, and she said, because I knew you'd say no. I was livid. This showed she knowingly overrode our parenting decisions. Later she tried to brush it off as sarcasm. My mom's sister, who witnessed it, validated my wife's reaction. The next day, we sat my parents down to talk. My mom initially apologized but quickly backpedaled, changing details. It was a fork, not a spoon, he just reached for it. Things got heated. My dad said we were being harsh, and later my mom claimed my wife screamed at her. Neither of us remember screaming, but we aren't going to gaslight her. We ended the trip early and pulled back communication. My wife, who had been sending daily photos and videos, stopped completely. I now send occasional ones. We tried working on things. My wife proposed an exercise where they would answer questions about their grandparent expectations and we would discuss them together. We agreed they could attend our son's first birthday if we completed the exercise. They agreed. After multiple reschedules, due to my wife's postpartum struggles, we finally set a time last minute, but my mom refused to get dressed to be on video, saying I called every shot so far, and that she'd just listen off camera. My wife felt slighted and revoked their birthday invitation. My mom later gave a veiled threat and then a different excuse, but the damage was done and we withdrew further. After further reflection and therapy, we told them we need them to seek therapy before resuming visits. Their response mentioned the screaming again and uncertainty if this will work out, but then still asked for photos every once in a while. Since then, I've kept casual conversation open but deflect photo and visit requests until they start therapy. So, am I the asshole for holding this boundary until therapy happens? Is my wife tough for yelling or revoking the daily photos in response? For context, they were present at his birth and had 2 good visits where my mom respected boundaries, which made this breach feel even more shocking. Everyone sucks here initially. I totally understand you guys being upset. However, the behavior around that video call sounds insane. You expected them to give you infinite leeway on rescheduling due to your boundaries, but when your mom said she'd rather stay off video, that's an insurmountable hurdle. If you want this to be the end of your relationship with your parents, you can continue with the mindset you currently have that your accommodations are necessary and hers are unjust demands. But if you'd actually like to mend this bridge, I'd consider acting like people on both sides are humans that deserve some grace. I am turning a series of entitled mistakes into a reason to disengage with and punish my mother for deeper resentments she wasn't aware of. So you admit that this estrangement isn't really about custard, photos, or a video call. And you visit only once or twice a year. A minor detour from your parenting plan isn't going to wreck your kid irreparably. If you want to break off the relationship with your parents, then just do it. It's asshole behavior to use your baby as the excuse for pulling back. I can just imagine your kid's response years from now when they ask why they don't see their grandparents and you say, "They gave you a spoon of custard when you were a baby." Everyone sucks here. Phew. Okay, the custard thing, not okay. What baby eats is up to mom and dad, full stop. However, the rest of this sounds like a huge overreaction. Just stick with your kid while you're at grandma's FFS. It's not even nearby, you don't see her all the time, she isn't babysitting. Just keep an eye on your kid while you're all there. Interviews to assess their adherence to rules and family therapy for a couple of bites of custard? Way off the rails. Grandma was wrong. You and your wife need to take a step back and get some perspective. Relationships with people who love them is so important to kids. So much more important than an erroneous bite of custard. You are the asshole. Really? This escalated that much over a spoon of custard? I mean, whatever. Blow up your relationship with your parents and deprive your son a relationship with his grandparents if you want, it's your call. But a pretty petty one if there is nothing else going on here. You are the asshole. I know it's your first baby and you think something like a spoonful of custard is significant other important, but trust me, it isn't. Thinking that every single tiny decision is so crucial to how your child grows and learns is going to cause you nothing but endless stress. Just calm down and don't sweat the small stuff. Spoiler. It's almost all small stuff, especially at that age. It's difficult when both someone is overstepping your boundaries and your expectations are too controlling. Who cares if she got dressed to be on camera? You rescheduled on her multiple times and she was present on the call. Both sides are making this super difficult. Am I the asshole for not eating the birthday cake my boyfriend got me? Alright, so my birthday was a couple days ago and I asked my boyfriend like a week before to get me a carrot cake. While I know it's not a popular choice for a birthday cake, it's my favorite and practically the only flavor of cake I like, besides red velvet, but I wasn't feeling it to be honest. Keeping in mind that I was gonna have a birthday party with my friends, my boyfriend suggested that I get a flavor that people like, which I'd understand maybe if it was a huge party with tons of people, but I know my friends and I know they wouldn't mind carrot cake at all. Should clarify, I told him that my friends would be fine with carrot cake and to get it anyways. Fast forward to my birthday. My boyfriend goes and gets the cake from the shop in the afternoon and I don't get to see it since I am getting ready, but he doesn't mention anything to me about it, so I think nothing of it since I like a surprise. My friends arrive and everything's going great until it's time for the cake to be served. We gather around the table and everyone sings happy birthday while my boyfriend brings out the cake, and to my horror, I see this big chocolate cake in his hands. I hate chocolate cake. It makes me sick. He knows I hate chocolate cake. My face fell when I saw it, but I obviously didn't say anything at the time. However, I did give my boyfriend a glare or two, which he clearly picked up on since he kept insisting I eat the cake in front of everyone as we were serving it out. Something about that made me angry in the moment and I refused to try the cake at all. I cut it, I blew out the candles, I handed it out to everyone, but I didn't try it myself. I don't think the others took huge notice, but once the party ended I started getting unready when my boyfriend comes into our room and is Lyle. Why do you have to act like a child all the time? And I am like, what the hell, and he's like, you have to make a scene just cause I didn't get your fucking carrot cake, and he went on about how nobody likes carrot cake and how I am spoiled and selfish and looked stupid not eating cake at my own birthday, and then claimed he couldn't find carrot cake, which is crazy cause 1. I've never not gone to that shop and not seen carrot cake, and 2. Even if there wasn't any he could have picked any other flavor, besides the only one I hate. I told him that and he just got really upset like I was the one who started the fight and started going on apt how I was overreacting over cake and how he tried his best to make this b-day good for me. Which in fairness is true since he put a lot of effort into organizing it for me, but honestly I was just livid then. Now we're still kinda off about it and neither of us have Lyle apologized or anything, but I am starting to think I did overreact over cake and I probably shoulda just eaten it and then talk him later, but I DK loudly crying. I'm feeling kinda spicy, so I'll just let it out. Why are you living with a man who doesn't give a damn about your request? Celebrate your birthday by kicking him to the curb. There's a specific type of nice guy that pulls this kind of shit to get a reaction. He's telling you he doesn't care about your preferences and angled it to see if you would say something in front of others or not. Now he knows you'll keep his bad behavior private. Get out of there. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. It's your birthday, the one day that's supposed to actually be about you, and you made a simple, reasonable request. He didn't just forget or make a mistake, he deliberately ignored what you wanted, picked something he knew you hate, and then tried to guilt trip you when you, very calmly, honestly, didn't eat it. That's not you overreacting. That's you having a totally normal boundary. You didn't throw a tantrum. You didn't ruin the party. You just didn't eat a cake you can't stand. And honestly, him calling you childish and selfish over it says a lot more about his immaturity than yours. You're not wrong for wanting your birthday to actually feel like your birthday. Not the asshole. Everyone deserves to get the flavor cake they want on their own birthday. Unless they want something completely unreasonable like a poison cake or a 24-karat gold caviar cake, etc. But in this case, I'd say make an exception and buy him a carrot cake on his birthday and do the same to him that he did to you if you even make it that long, haha. Side note, carrot cake is awesome and wildly popular. Especially this time of year. Go get yourself some carrot cake right now. Happy belated birthday. Not the asshole. My mom did this to me every year on my birthday without fail. She would be leaving to go grocery shopping and ask me what kind of cake I wanted. I always said I wanted chocolate cake with cream cheese frosting. I'm a lot like you, I'm not really a cake person, but I do like that kind every now and again. Say, once a year, perhaps on a special occasion? She would always come back with something she wanted, or what she thought more people would like. She always told it to family like it was a funny little story, too. It's okay that you were disappointed, it's your birthday, and you should get to choose the cake. He did this on purpose. Let's just say he couldn't find a carrot cake. He would have sent you a text that said, "Oh my god. I can't find a carrot cake. I'm going to have to get something else. What is your second choice?" That's what a normal boyfriend would do. Apologize for not finding what you wanted and ask you what your second choice is. A bad boyfriend would buy something he knew you hated, and then tested you in front of your friends to see how you would react. Oh, and then shame you for making a scene, even though you didn't make a scene at all. He is a shit.